Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the story so far. Indiana Jones went to university one day, and then Walter Donovan came up to him and said, "Hey, Indy, do you want to go get the Grail for me?" And Indiana Jones said, "Nah, my dad is good at that." And then Walter Donovan said, "But your dad is missing." So Indiana Jones went, "Okay." And then he went to Venice. And then in Venice, he went to the library to look at some books. And he picked up some books for optional side quests later on in the game. And then smashed through the floor to some catacombs to look for both his dad and the knight that was buried there, with locations for the Grail thing. And he also found out some information about what the Grail looks like. And then he found out from Marcus, his friend at university that I didn't mention earlier, that his dad is in Brunwald Castle. So Indy and the woman whose name I forget, who I didn't mention earlier, go to Brunwald Castle to look for his dad. Welcome to Brunwald Castle.
Hell.
Welcome to Butler Hour.
Hell. Castle form.
Remember last update when I punched him in the face?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Oh!
Let's try and do the sneaking. You have to pretend that you know his relatives, and that his child is dying horrendously.
Wow. This is dark.
No, you say that he's fine, but you have to go to him immediately. I thought it was going to get dark for a second too. I was like, Ron Gilbert, is this like your suicide phase?
This is his emo phase. He painted all the rooms in the development studios black, and then just wrote this game.
You get 5 IQ points as opposed to 1, so it does reward sneaking. Here's what happens if you mess up. You see, in the film, he pretends to be a Scottish lord to inspect tapestries, and he kind of gets away with it for a little bit. But if you try to do that in any sense, it just doesn't work out. What's interesting is, Indy claims to be Lord Robert McFalfer, not Lord Clarence MacDonald, which he pretends to be in the film. And you see, Bob Falfer is the name of Harrison Ford's character in George Lucas's film American Graffiti. I found that out from a GameFAQs FAQ.
Smart.
It's pretty good.
Doing some research.
They have like trivia. It's pretty good GameFAQs FAQ, really. They're usually pretty bad. I use it so I can like tell how many like IQ points you get, and then put it.
So basically, the smarter you work out, the more IQ points you get.
Yeah. There's only one way to make it through this without punching him, and that was the way I did it at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not him, it's his father, but his father is dead. And then Indy just feels really bad and gets a game over.
He just punches him.
Well, what do I do?
He just really loves punching him. That's what it
That's
is.
just his reaction to anything.
You could have worked out using talk, but nah, just punch him.
Cutscene.
I'm guessing this guy might be a Nazi.
It's not as black and white as that. It's pretty black and white.
Yeah.
They're pretty much evil.
Pretty red and white as well.
But it's just a painting of an old cup. Grail?
So that's Hitler.
No. He's just relaying orders from Hitler. But I can confirm that Hitler is in this game later.
Yes.
It's optional though. You don't actually have to encounter Hitler.
Do you pick up like a phone and just call Hitler?
Yeah, he just basically comes and beats up some Nazis for you. It's actually the DLC expansion. Hitler's Fury. You get to go to Berlin and you get to fight Hitler using bad fighting controls.
Just you box him. That's all it is.
Here's the kitchen. You know how Germans love their hog roast?
Oh yeah.
And they also love beer and Nazi signs. It's top down again.
Casual walking.
I wonder if he's drunk.
I don't know. I think he's just sweating.
You can punch him and you get an IQ point for that. But first, you can do something else to get IQ points, and you can do both. So another one of those sneaky both IQ point option things. You have to get him more drunk, and then you get to take him back to your hotel and sleep with him, and then
This just took a really dark place. This is Ron Gilbert's emo face. You should be able to get the hog and just hit him with the hog.
That does actually come up later.
Oh, good.
You just have to fill the stein up with some beer.
I like the noise of the beer. It's just static noise.
Slender Man. Slender Man makes a damn good beer. Beer. I was gonna say ale, and then I said beer. Beer.
Kristen Bell.
So you can give him the item.
Give him Mein Kampf. Can you give him Mein Kampf?
No, you can give it to some people later.
Only 2 IQ
It just gives you IQ points just for being nice to this one guy. It's like that doesn't really help in any puzzle solving.
You're good to a Nazi, and you get.
What you can do is beat him mercilessly. You see, I was backing away here because my usual tactic is back away and punch. But because he's drunk, I think he just runs away from you, which is kind of sad. I'm not even sure he really fights back. So I just decided to punch him repeatedly in the groin until he falls to the floor. groin, face,
so
groin.
Why is that so sad to watch?
Did you see, instead of like birds going around his head, it was little Nazi swastikas?
No, I didn't.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Indy walks with such like a swagger. Look at him, he's like,
he knows what's going on. So you need to fill up the stein yourself to use later.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't come up till later. I'm not gonna no spoiler time. There's like a lot of rooms you can go in, but a lot of them are empty, as I'm showing off here. Like there's like loads of doors, but you gotta do sneaking.
I take it this is a stealth bit. Good sneaking there, you did there.
It's not great sneaking. You gotta use your wits. Are you ready to do some wit battle?
With fists.
With each guard, there's only one way to outwit them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to punch them with your fists. Your manly fists.
So you just explained by saying that.
Yeah, he just leaves you alone. You may recognize this room from the movie. There's a fireplace.
Ah.
You've seen this movie, right?
When I was like 5.
Didn't you see Pulp Fiction when you were 5?
Yeah.
Back to back.
And Reservoir Dogs, I think.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so we just made that axe fall down so it marks the floor. That will come in handy later.
Okay.
There's a servant uniform and an officer's uniform. I wonder if these can be used. The thing is, though, if you wear a uniform as a disguise, you can't take the officer uniform because it's like locked. Weird.
It's locked into the.
But if they've seen you in a different costume and then they see you in another one, they get suspicious and can sometimes just come and assault you.
That's what those Nazis do.
This is a reference. This particular one is a reference to Monkey Island, where the main character, Guybrush
Threepwood.
Yeah, he like one of the options that's repeatedly throughout like dialogue is that you can offer to sell fine leather jackets, but he actually gives you money for a leather jacket, so it's pretty good.
Nice.
Cheeky. He gives you some marks, which can be used for some puzzle solving later, but you usually don't get any IQ points for that, so you only need like 50 to get through the entire game without any fighting, which can be done. And it just happens that you can get 50 marks pretty easily as soon as I look in the box. Whoa! You could buy like over 3. Are you ready for some fighting?
Come on, let's do this. Hyped up. Don't even bother talking to him.
The thing is, though, for every guard that you fight, they become progressively stronger.
Right.
So it's so hard to go through this fighting every single guard.
Yeah.
What I probably will do is I'll probably just reload saves from where I've done it passively. This pacifistly? Passively.
Nicely.
I don't know.
You're really kicking it out of that guard.
You get 3 IQ points as opposed to the 5 for like hugging them and selling them jackets.
Was that an increase in marks as well, or a decrease?
I wasn't actually checking, but usually,
marks.
yeah, it's the same.
Alright.
Quite often, though, you only get marks by beating them up and robbing them.
Yeah.
I'm dodging everything.
Just punch him in the groin repeatedly.
Groin!
Groin.
The thing is, though, if you get hit down past your green health, that doesn't recharge in between fights.
Right.
Which makes it pretty tough.
Oof.
You can get a couple of items that do increase your green health, though, but there's some tough stuff. That's the first floor done.
Yes.
See you next time.
On level 2. What was that noise?
I stopped there. I didn't stop the recording.